Hello again. Alive? Oh, hang on. Not there. Sorry about that. That's not bright enough. And that's not on. That'll have to do. Oh dear. Hang on. It's going to go dark. It went dark. Let there be light. And there was. Oh, too much light now. Oh well. Ah, such is life. Wow, that was quick. Hi, NFJ. Just having a light issue there. And Nikki. Hi, Nikki. You must have heard me hoping for a show. It's what I do. Hey, Redneck. Wow, flipping heck. You were here before I was even ready. It's about I had a weird dream about the chase just now. So that's why I came on. Probably prompted by somebody asking me a question in regard to how this ends, who ends it, etc., etc. And it's very strange. I don't normally dream. If I do dream, I don't remember. But this wasn't just a dream. So in this dream, I'm taken to a place and I'm told about, the end of the chase and how bad things are and how people are dying to keep the secret that Forrest had, and that I had to, tell the secret. And, showed these people, bruises and blood and stuff like that. And how it was important that I should tell them. I'm like, well, ask Forrest. Ask Forrest what the secret is, and he'll tell her the secret. Why is all of this going on? This dream went on for a bit. And they're like, well, Forrest is dead. We can't ask Forrest. And while this dream was going on, I could feel myself coming into the dream. So, like, whilst I'm in this dream, believing everything that I'm seeing and hearing, I then seem to feel myself talking to myself in the dream, basically saying, these people aren't dying to keep a secret. These people are dying because they're trying to find out the secret. Because if they already know the secret, it doesn't matter. So they're trying to find out what's going on, not trying to hide something. They don't need the answer. If you are trying to keep a secret, you don't need to know what the answer is because you're trying to keep it secret. So I'm sort of telling myself this in the dream, and then I wake up. I'm thinking that what a stupid thing to dream about, but even more so, why do I come into my own dream and talk to myself and tell myself don't believe this dream if it's a dream? And that's what I want to talk about. It's like, why do people insist that they need to know the answer? Why not just have the belief that things will be right? Hey Casper, good to see. Zozo, hi. You people are so quick. Tim, wow. Hope you're doing well after all your operations and everything. I haven't seen you for a while, so it's good to see you here. Did you get only one? Only got one haircut. The others are still. Yeah, I did it myself. I beat myself up and decided that I should cut my hair. Although, in my own defence, well, not defence. There's no defence. I didn't realise it was going to be so short. Normally I have it this short, but lately I've tried to keep it, hippie length. And yeah, it was short. And once you start with the clippers, it's like, oh, well, can't just do that and then leave the rest. So all good. So this strange dream, it's like, why you don't die to keep a secret and then want to know what the secret is. If your aim is to not have anybody know what the answer is, why do you want somebody to tell the answer? So it leads me to the chest. The answer is not the chest. The answer is definitely not the chest. And these people are trying to find an answer about chest, and it's like, well, why? Why are you so obsessed with finding an answer about chest when there's obviously something bigger and better? And the answer would be in the poem. So if you really need an answer, then you have to look to the poem for the answer. Why would you expect anybody to give you the answer unless that person is Major Forrest Fenn? Who would give the answer? And I think the question was who was going to end the chase. It was double-barreled or treble-barreled or whatever. But who was going to end the chase? Now, why don't people ask themselves, wow, this is moving quick. Oh, retracted. I'll give an answer to the right question. Oops. Laugh out loud. Not sure what happened then. Said the wrong thing. Oh, I missed it, Casper. So, Forrest is going to give the answer, or the poem is going to give the answer. And it's not about a chest. So, if you want to know the answer, somebody asked the answer, who was going to end the chase? Now, Forrest said he couldn't end the chase. And that's probably one of the most important things that Forrest said. I couldn't end the chase even if I wanted to. Now, you need to think about that. I could not end the chase even if I wanted to, and that was after people were dying. And something ends the chase, which means it can't be about just the chest. The chase can't be about just the chest. Whilst the chest is there, as we should know, as the lure, and Forrest couldn't just end it, go get it, finish it, it's done. There was something more that was being done, just a little, yeah. But I kept it on the sides and just took a bit off the top, or a lot off the top, and kept it on the sides. Hey Luli, how you doing? Enjoyed that video of the cable cars. I saw you had the not 4 but 2-4 to walk cable car, 44. That was funny. That was cable car 44, 2-4 to walk. So why couldn't Forrest end it? If it was about a chest, why couldn't Forrest end it? So that throws the fact that you look for a chest, straight out the window. Anybody found a chest? Obviously, you didn't, or that wasn't the answer. Because Forrest could end it, just go and get the chest. So there was something more. 44-8 was it? Oh, 4 and 4 is 8. I just found it funny. I was like, oh, it's definitely too far to walk. That's why they're in the cable car. But it was 2 4s. So that's your first issue that you should have regarding the chest and the chase. And who can end it? if Forrest can't end it, if Forrest or couldn't end it then, and in the dream, Mary, Forrest is dead. It's like, well, no, I don't know Forrest is dead. I'm told Forrest is dead, but nothing is what it seems. So it's possible that I may be wrong on that assumption. It's a gondola. I stand corrected. So why do people want to know the answer? Because they spent the time, money, effort trying to find this chest, and the answers are not what? Satisfactory. The answers are not satisfactory in regard to the chase as a whole. So the chest, people don't believe is found at 9 Mile Hole. But even if the chest wasn't found at 9 Mile Hole, that's not what the chase is about. So you're chasing the shadow that doesn't need to be chased. You're following the wrong crumb. You're following the wrong crumbs. Because if it wasn't about the chest, then 9 Mile Hole is irrelevant. You don't need to worry about 9 Mile Hole if it wasn't about the chest. If Forrest couldn't end it even if he wanted to, and it's not about the chest, the 9 Mile Hole becomes irrelevant as part of the chase. So the answers that you're supposed to be seeking are, why couldn't Forrest end the chase? Why does something have to end it? Why couldn't Forrest end it when he was asked to end it? And what, if it's not the chest, what was the chase about? Ooh, sound like somebody's been into the Masons. Yeah, the Master Builder. Another retracting message. Oh dear, what's going on today? Who's Gadoo? How you doing? Howdy, howdy. Yes, good to read you. Self-realization equals the poem. Yeah, this is about a strange dream that I had with regard to the chase on the poem. Why do people seek the answers? Forrest told everybody where the answer was, and not everybody, but people ask. They ask for the answers. They won't search for them, and it's been 4 years since what was supposed to have been the answer that came out. And I'm sure in those 4 years that if people had tried to understand the poem as opposed to find a chest, they would have more of an understanding, I suppose. Same. So who could end the chase? I was asked, and I gave an answer and said, does that help? And they said, no, it's clear as mud. So obviously not. But I believe that the answer that I gave should help, because it's not just about chest. It's about trying to understand what happened behind that. What the I needed a vehicle, statement from Forrest and stuff like that. Okay, people like conspiracies. Let's just say, even though it could happen without this, let's say Forrest was involved with the government and they're all part of this. FBI, CIA, NASA, everybody's involved in this thrill of the chase, everyone. And Forrest has set this up with the aid of all of these people for an end goal. And he started it. Once that happens, it's out of Forrest's hands. He can't end it. Once it started, with all of these people behind him, he can't end it. Now that could happen even if these people weren't behind him. Once this event was set in motion, it would have to continue until it reached the purpose that was set, the endeavor. Can I succeed in this endeavor? So, irrespective of whether you believe there's a conspiracy and there was more than just Forrest and all of these things were happening, as FBI, CIA, blooming whatever you think, all of that is irrelevant and can happen with or without their knowledge. These people could either know or not know, and it would still happen. Forrest could make it happen by manipulating events and people in order to make it happen. So whether you believe there's a big conspiracy and Forrest is some secret agent or something, it will still happen. Whether he did it on his own and managed to convince these people to do things without their knowledge, or he did it with all these people backing him, and now that it started, it's out of his hands. These people will take it and they will finish it. But somebody will take it and finish it, even though it's not Forrest. Once it started, there's an endeavor that Forrest undertook that something would happen. Can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to be? So Forrest is trying to make something happen. But in order to make it happen, he is either manipulating people to make it happen or working with people to make it happen. Either way, Forrest can't end it. Once it started, it can't be ended. And who can end it was the question. Well, if Forrest couldn't end it even if he wanted to, then Forrest is waiting for someone to end it. His thrill of the chase. He's making it end by making somebody end it, if that makes sense. Somebody will end it for Forrest Fenn, but he can't do it himself. Now, that could be your conspiracy if you want it to be a conspiracy about the FBI and the CIA and the DEA and what else you've got over there, the N whatever it is, NSA. Those people can be involved if you want them to be involved. And any one of those people can end it, whoever those sort of people are that Forrest is either working with or manipulated or has asked, to do something. So why worry about the chest? That is totally irrelevant to everything that the thrill of the chase is about. This is obviously something bigger. And, that statement's clear when Forrest says, I couldn't end the chase if I wanted to. If you put a chest out in the Rocky Mountains, and I've said before loads of times, the endeavor that Forrest undertook, that he asked on page 15, can I make this happen, is not a chest. It's not a chest. Of course you can make a chest happen. You put it out in the middle of, the Rocky Mountains, right in front of everybody and say, look, here's a chest. Go find it. There it is. Right. And it happens. Yes, 44 was. But I call it a cable car. I call it a gondola. Hi, Richard. How's it going? No, not the end. Don't. Hey. Oh, no, hump day. I thought that was on Wednesday. How you doing, Richard? It's good to meet you. Something will end it. Yeah, something will end it. We're all connected. It just needs to be realised. Hello, everyone. Hey, Amy. How's it going? Yeah, I just talk about a dream that I had that, I was brought to a place where all these people were suffering, and even in the dream, I was believing that I knew these people that were, bleeding and obviously being in some sort of altercation, and believing that they were, fighting for the better good and stuff like that. And then I came in on myself, and I could, like in the dream, hear myself talking to myself saying, these people aren't dying to keep a secret, they're dying to find out what the secret is. And, with me talking to myself, I sort of woke myself up. And that's why I was doing this. I suppose depending on which point of view you have, or want to believe, whether you believe in Forrest Fenn or not. Now, I believe, from the beginning, I believed in Major Forrest Fenn, and even now, with all of the stuff that people say, I still believe in Major Forrest Fenn. And it doesn't matter who that person is. So Lorraine Mills, who's the real Forrest Fenn, I hope nobody ever finds out, blah, blah, blah. In those early videos, there was a lot of information that people should have stopped and thought, hang on, what's that all about? So, and again, this was probably brought about by somebody asking me the question, what's the end? Who can end it? What's it all about? And I feel that people should, why are you asking someone for the answers when the answers are in the poem? And Forrest said, don't tell. Don't tell. So if no one's going to tell, if the person who does it doesn't tell, then the only place you can get the information from is the poem. Hey, trusted. Oh, I'm not a good person. I had a dream that included trust. Oh no, don't even go there. Oh man. Uska, how could you? Bring that back. I've forgotten about that. Do you want it to end? Yes, I want it to end, but only if Forrest makes it happen the way that it's supposed to. I think there's part of it that's happened, and now there needs to be a little bit more that has to happen. So still waiting for that little bit more to happen. But yeah, I want it to end. I said to Davey, it would be nice if it ended so I don't wake up every day thinking, don't say the wrong thing, don't do the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. Davey B's here. Can you make it happen? Zozo, can you make it happen? Details, please. Because Zozo, make it happen. Oh no. Don't do that. I don't want that image. No, I haven't seen Davey, but he's possibly up and about at this time of the day. Oh, is Richard helping Zozo or me? Yeah. Wanting it to end, yeah. Not just for me, for everybody, mainly for Forrest. I don't think it'll end. I think, there's more. I think when people know what this was all about, there's going to be some, oops. But, and that's if, correct, could be wrong. But I absolutely don't feel we are. I think the information that is happening, is factual. And I've tried to give factual information. That's all I've tried to do. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter, but I will, with or without others' input. I will help you. Okay, you, yes, Lily. Potatoes are coming up. Onions are. How are you gardening and all? I get it. And all of that. Ugh. Like we've had some good, I say good days. We've had some sun, and then it's rained again. And now we're in April showers, so we'll be getting more rain. You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of me. I'm going to sprout some sunflowers. Here soon. What ends the chase? Apart from the something. A realization of the spot ends the chase. So, as far as I can see it. Oh, that's what I said. So, Forrest says in the poem, I can keep my secret where? So, what if you're supposed to be looking for a secret? What if you were looking to find where the secret could be kept? Not a treasure. What if the secret was the treasure? So, I can keep my secret where? What if it's where the secret's being kept? And obviously, the answer was, well, that's as clear as mud. But, I don't think it is. Forrest had an endeavour that he wanted to undertake, and that endeavour was called the thrill of the chase, and that has not concluded. So, until it concludes, our understanding of the thrill of the chase, will be very limited and possibly negative if you don't believe that Forrest can make something more important than putting a chest, out in the Rocky Mountains. And look, for the life of me, I can't believe that anybody believes that it's about a chest. I cannot believe that. I can't. That's just beyond me. I've just moved some sunflowers in the vase, actually, some fake ones. Put them on show. I thought I'd be a funny man. If he wanted to get secret, he would not have helped the chase. Logic dictates this. Yeah, well, secret until such time as it's not secret. That's the big thing. So the big thing is nobody. It's imperative. No one knows. No one shares my secret. That's the big thing. The how long is it important that nobody knows the secret? So, you're going to be more than an asterisk when people know the secret. Those statements that Forrest makes all lead to the point that something has to be known. But at what point is it known? So it has to remain a secret until it doesn't need to remain a secret. And it's not just about, the chest. So I can keep my secret where? Where is the secret going to be kept? Not, I can keep my secret place. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying, look, you can read it in different ways to get different answers and lead you down a different path that may be more understanding than just, a chest of gold in the Rocky Mountains. Anybody who believes that it's just about a chest of gold in the Rocky Mountains, there is something wrong with the thought process that you have if you factor in everything that Forrest said. It's not about chests in the Rocky Mountains. Whilst that was available to people, it's not just about that. And if you think that's what it is, then that's why he didn't solve the poem. And I'm pretty certain the Forrest knew that was going to be the case. People were just going to go looking for a chest. on over the bugs. No bugs. Logic dictates you watch something kept secret. Don't tell anyone. Him releasing the phone and change dismissed it being such. Hey Jojo, does the poem say how the chase concludes? You have all the answers, mate. The poem does say how it concludes, but it has to be, this endeavor had to be set up for there to be a conclusion. Had to be. That's the whole point of it. You're not going to do it if you don't want a conclusion. Now you can either believe that the conclusion was found in a chest. Doesn't make any sense. That doesn't, with everything that Forrest said. So there has to be a different conclusion. There has to be something else. And Forrest stipulated that there was a way to know. So there has to be a way to know, in answer to the question. There has to be a way to know. So that way can only be in the poem. If the book won't lead you to the place, if the book will only give you hints to help with the clues in the poem, then the poem must stipulate what the answers are. Must do. And if you don't believe that, there's something wrong. Do you believe the answer is in the poem? Forrest did say everything's in the poem. I believe the answer's in the poem. I absolutely do. Along with Davy B. Excited. But no. Most of it. And eat my broccoli sprouts. Hey, Davy B. Knew you'd be around here somewhere at this rough time of the morning. I can't stay on too long because obviously Calazars is. What did I do yesterday? I don't know. I've lost track of time. I have. It's good to see you, Davy. Yeah, I haven't been about. I haven't been, doing much. Basically, just crashed. Easter took a lot out of me, to be fair. And like I say, I'm only doing this because I just fell asleep out of nowhere, had a weird dream, and then thought I'd share it. Yeah, I can't believe Tim's back. It's all good to have you back, Tim. Glad he's still with us. There are certain, bloody hell, 24 people here already. There are certain things that I think about in the chase. Obviously, one is, the ending. And I absolutely believe that the ending is for, more than just to the chase community. And I truly believe that Forrest, I don't know how he did it. And like I say, if you want to believe in the conspiracy, then you can believe that, Forrest, in line with the government, did something. Or you can believe that Forrest, did it on his own and manipulated people to do something. And it was all I never can say that, compartmentalized in such a way that people only knew the bit that they knew, and the information that was given was drip fed to people, knowing that they would, use that information, so on and so on. But if the information was just in the poem and you found a chest, then you didn't use the poem. If that's all you found, you didn't sell the poem. Hell, hey David, did you get a sword cane? The world, Mario, the world. Yes, I know the world, but I didn't want to say that. And I think I said anyway, everything seems to be out of 10 people, 8 out of 10 people, you know, voted for the the good. So I think that's what the world will be like, to be fair. The majority of the world will accept what's been done as a good thing, and there'll be, 2 out of 10 that will, kick up a fuss. I have no idea what that is about. Sword canes. Schufer. Sword canes. Better option for secret agent. Even a nice stylish can be a gem if it has age. Man, you're having some weird conversations, I know that. So, still in the belief that this is happening, people are, as we speak, trying to make it happen. Still believing that the poem talks of, a particular event to take place about a secret being put somewhere, and that being a way to know. But fully aware that there's something behind all of that that needs to take place. Those things need to take place, and still have all of the information that Forrest gave out as part of the hints and clues to bring this to a conclusion. Now, I honestly believe if you don't have those bits of information as part of your solve, then your solve can't be correct. So, the Peggy waiting the treasure, chest waiting for the pump of a boot. If you don't understand those small bits of information, I don't believe that you've got the correct conclusion. I don't think Forrest said anything that wasn't helpful. People say, the contradictions and Fenn speak and stuff like that, but I see that as helpful information. Even, to the point, and this is a bit, where you wonder whether they're being manipulated or whether everybody's involved and they know all the answers. When the information in the poem is directly related to people in the chase and what they do. So you can either believe that Forrest is a time traveler, or you can believe he's a remote viewer, or you can believe, a higher hand, or you can believe, all of these things are possible as far as the chase goes. But the information is unbelievably in the poem in regards to the events that take place. They're absolutely there. And the events that will take place. They're absolutely there. There are 3 parts to the poem that if you read, it makes it beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is what the aim was. If you can't bend over and use shoes, where'd that be? Sloan, that came out of nowhere. Just for display. I think some games do look cool. Besides, one day I'll need it. Dragons? Yeah, I suppose that one day we'll all need a walking cane. I dropped Michelle phone and I can't pick her up. I have no idea what that means, Huska. I dropped Michelle phone and I can't pick her up. After having already picked her up and dropped her. Michelle Marbell. Give her a bell. I dropped Michelle phone. Shell phone. Nothing special, just an yeah, I've got a couple of canes somewhere, just in case. No, Justin is not a person, just in case. Actually, that can make a good secret agent name, just in case. So, this was about me having a stupid dream about people telling me in the dream that I should give them the answer because people were dying to um, keep the answer from being known. And it's like, well, excuse me. If you don't want the answer to be known, why are you asking me to give you the answer? You know, that's what my waking mind came into my dream to tell me. Like, don't tell them anything. They obviously just want the answer from you. They're not trying to keep the secret. They're trying to find out what the answer is. Cost of 50. What the heck are you lot talking about? I should be in a wheelchair by now, but just I should be in a wheelchair by now. Just keep getting on going. Yeah, I think the garden probably does help. I've actually been in the garden myself. Normally have somebody doing it, but they've obviously decided that they want to do it this season. I haven't been, so there's so much moss in the grass. I've been like trying to rake it out, and that ain't working. So it's going to have to be feeding weed to get that done. Gotcha. I think down in your parts, one would find some 19th Asian made. Life's a garden, dig it. I actually said something like that to my sister the other day about her name's Rose. And it's like there are people in the world that make it, worthwhile going into the garden if the garden is the world. And there are some people, that are just the brambles. I mean, everything has a purpose, right? Even the brambles and the thorns and everything. You get blackberries, etc. And yet, some of it is a struggle. Some of it comes with pitfalls, and some of it make it worthwhile. I never left. I just never can seem to catch when people are alive. So, excuse me. I haven't watched any YouTube apart from Luli's. Haven't watched YouTube videos about the chase. Just trying to keep up with current affairs and see what's happening there. It just amazes me that when I do, or when I used to see him, they didn't spend time talking about how good the information they had was. They spent more time talking about how bad, somebody else's information was. How stupid they were or whatever. Which, to me is not. It's not the case. Japanese case or wow. Why does the fat lady sing after the treasure is found? Is that why it's called a chase? Because the finder can't run away. Again, I'm sure Forrest made mention of the aria and the large lady singing. But I think according to Forrest, the treasure was found. So if the lady was going to sing when the treasure was found, she would have already sang. So I think it's about, the chase ending. In my opinion, Forrest said it will be announced on CNN, and that hasn't happened. So when that happens, then you'll know that it's real. You're not a fat lady, Zozo. That doesn't work. And Forrest did say title to the gold, so fat ladies make great opera singers, and the chase was a dramatic story. Is a dramatic story, yes. I didn't say Thor. Well, he said CNN and Capo's channel, is what I heard. So, yeah, CNN and Thor. No. Did he say Capo's channel was a hint of riches? Or did he just say Capo's channel? Can't remember. You might be right. I heard a major news agency and Thor. I'm sure I remember CNN. CNN. Could have been. Well, thank Thor. So, that would make sense, but I don't know. Maybe my mind is not as smart as I thought it was. It does meet the criteria. Why would it be announced on the news again if the objective was to protect the finder or solver? Nobody needs to know who did it, just what the answers are. Or you can know who did it and not know the answers. Or both. To correct the error. I think you can still protect the finder or the solver. Just verify the fact that Forrest was honest in everything that he said. 9 Mile Hole, all of that, all done for a reason. Not not to do anybody out of anything, just in order to make it happen. Begin anew, the promise of new discoveries. Performers unable to bow. I think they could bow from the hip. Is it looking back at the media as a way to prove? Don't always believe what you hear in the media. See, I try not to. I try not to put any thoughts or words into Forrest Fenn's mouth. There's no way. Or to, try and predict what he was thinking. There are so many levels, from Forrest that it's impossible to know. People were saying, getting back at the government, getting back at this, getting back at that. And it's like, made the chase about Forrest Fenn being vindictive. But I think he tried to do something good. And it's not, well, I suppose in a way you could. So, yeah, get back at the government and do something. But behind that is, helping everybody rather than just, oh, you need a property date. I think you need to screen something. Right. You need, I don't know. Half of the information today, I have no idea what's going on. But the thing is, it will be in the media. When it's released, it will be in the media. So it's like, you have to believe, or you don't have to believe, The problem with the world today is there are so many people who are out to screw people over. And it's, so you get the deep fake stuff now, and it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe what's true and what isn't, what's real and what isn't. And it's almost like you have to go to the smaller outlets to get real information. But then these people doing the deep fake will, you know that people are going there and then just do it there. So it's hard to know what is real or what isn't. Nice question to everyone. Does everyone know who I am? Does everyone know who I am? Who I am? No, other than Tim. IFJ has no idea. I really want to know, who are you? Who are you? Who? Yes, Tim, the Muppet named Animal. Animal. I like that song. Honest question to everybody. Don't. Let's have an honest answer then, Tim. Who are you? Take it off. Take it off. Take off the mask. No more Zozo rocks. We will know who Tim is. Which one? Which who are you? That is the issue with the chaser, isn't it? Who is who? Who is who? Tim really wants to know. And Zozo's not going to tell us. Who are you, Zozo? And Richard claims that you're more than one, so which one? Trusted seems to know some of you. 5-leaf? It can't be 5-leaf. Tim's in Montana, 5-leaf's in Colorado. So who is Tim? Do I have to look in the poem for that? Who is Zozo Rocks? Are you my id or the ego says? Animals drum solo. Animal. Oh, I was thinking more of the rave tune, but never mind. Our fat lady's too drunk to sing. So just gonna have a drum solo instead. I think at some point in the near future, the fat lady will sing. If we're allowed to say that. I don't think we're allowed to say that, but our fat lady. I just realised you said our fat lady. No ego here, who could do it? ID. Oh no. See, when you say things like that, 5-leaf will turn up and say, "Yeah, it's the ID on in the book." Blah blah blah. That Susie talked about. So I think that ID has a different reason. I understand those relationships with what they're talking about, but did any pirates show up yet? They're all pirates. We're all pirates here, but not the pirate. Dave hasn't showed up yet, if that's what you're asking. Apart from you, Robert. Pirate seems to get later and later, actually, to be fair. Last time came right at the end. It's a good job Richard's here and Davey. Got some wrenches, otherwise I wouldn't have a wrench. But all of those people have gone a bit quiet, I think. Maybe Barbara Street. I don't know. Can't think of anyone else going, doing videos. Like I say, I haven't watched any for a while. Not because I don't find them interesting, just because loads going on, and Easter showed up. Damn you! You are making me think about that question. Made me think about it, and I'm not the person it was directed at. But there has to. What would be a good answer? The one that's going to end it, Zozo. That would be a good answer. Give us that name. That would be perfect. Who are you? I am. Final location 304. Oh, you're going to get DB Cooper stuff now. People are going to come in and say, no, it's this because of this. Again, those statements are crazy that people think that proving that Forrest did something nefarious is a good thing. That's not going to get you anything. And that's hard to believe that, ruins the I wish I could live to do the things I was attributed to. Not gardeners, Gardener's Island. The island actually looks like a small oak island or a treasure island. It's on an island. Again, information in the chase that was not necessary. Streams about Oak Island, streams about DB Cooper. I think what else there was. My mind's gone blank. Very small, I'd say less than 50 cubic feet in landmass, access from the southeast. Oh, only one way in, which is what Forrest said. Another statement, I wonder when people give out their souls, it's like, so your soul is accessible, your location is accessible from anywhere, which, ruins there's only one way in. Oh, that sounds like one of those UFOs, a triangle shape. Access from the southeast. It's going to change history in the southwest. I wonder who is listening. Otherwise, why am I not being stopped? That should be a question to the secret question. Too many secret questions. Triangle UFO. Yes. Uh-oh. The X-Files. Whilst I believe that some of the sightings seen are man-made, sightings were made before before the Wright brothers. So, whilst it's easy to believe the man-made stuff um, as part of what we see in the skies, there's evidence that there was stuff in the skies before. Same with crop circles. Whilst it's easy to believe that people are going out making crop circles, there were crop circles long before people went out and made them. What do you think of the new monolith in Wales? I have no idea. I didn't know there was a new monolith in Wales. I do know that the monolith is spoke about in the poem, but Richard's seen it. That's far out. No, it's in Wales. I seen it. Just found out last week. I believe it's possible that there are other life forms. Some people might call them aliens. Some people might call them angels. Zozo, you're the only one who can be everywhere without being anywhere. Or 2 weeks ago. There is one on Mars or Galaxy. Remote viewing. Yeah. So those are the conspiracy buzzwords, I suppose. Once you talk about UFOs and remote viewing, and you start talking about all those drugs that they were given and stuff like that. Is there? Post the link, please. The island has to have a giraffe, hippo, spaceman, owl, rabbit, T-Rex, etc., according to what has been talked about. I have no idea what the poem says about that. No, I haven't looked into that. I've got to have to be fair about whether there's a giraffe. But don't forget, there was talk of a whale, the red feathers on the birds, a dodo. Is a dodo there? No, dodo, albatross, toast. So that rules out that guy. Oh no, you're not that guy, are you? That guy? Oh, it has to have giraffe, hippo, spaceman. Yeah, it'd have to have DB Cooper on there as well, and the Omega Man on. It'd have to be a really big island, wouldn't it, to have all that stuff on it? Um, those all those statements refer back to a chest. So if there is an island and there is a chest, then that would not reflect the title to the gold. Davy B, did you vote in the New Zealand Bird of the Century vote? Bird of the Century? I didn't even know that was a thing. There's two yeses, and they're not there for, though. Yep, yep. Don't know what they're for. Storage wars. That three-letter word. God damn, I'm pretty good at this. Yeah, Zozo doesn't like to talk about. Well, he probably likes to talk about it, but doesn't believe that that guy. Davey's probably making the coffee if he hasn't answered. Justice for all. Hmm. This is the chase has been a long road for the people, that got involved in the chase, but it must have been an amazing amount of time for Forrest. See, you've started him now, Uska. No such entity. No such entity as that guy. So I have to believe. I have to believe in a creator. I have to. Um, Nothing exists without something, and if there was nothing, then something must have happened. For which it stands. For which it stands. So, whilst I try not to pigeonhole where the creator exists, i.e., in a religion, I believe that something or someone created everything. It's too perfect for it to not to be created. And again, it's possible that it's just one of us that's in thousands of years ahead of us. Because if we can think it, we can create it, and I think we can have the ability. All of the things that we think about may be possible, will be possible at some point in time, and that includes traveling in time. But not in this world. Otherwise, it clearly proves it too has free will and cannot save people. A free bird. We are gods. See, yeah, but even if God is within us, something must have, or someone must have created everything for God to be in us. The fact that we talk about an existence of a God and that the God is within us, we're measuring ourselves, as something. Leo's rule, woohoo! I'll go along with that, even though I'm an Aquarius. No God is in me. That would be possession and only. Possession is 9/10. I'm still all me. It's hard to believe that we have the ability in our mind to do what we do, and yet our mind is limited. And I believe, that is done on purpose. I think we don't use our minds because we have been limited by something or someone in order that we don't. And that goes along with, whilst, I don't want to go into it because I think it's strange that people could talk about God created Adam and Eve and then they walk out of the garden and meet all these other people. And I understand that Adam is man. But I've lost my train of thought. Gone. Anyone seen Mark Nichols? Anyone seen Mark Nichols? No. That was a detective shoestring. Gods must be crazy. The gods. It's at any point in time, Maybe not so much now, but in the past, anyone that was different or had powers, what people thought were powers, were probably called a god. But I don't talk about the people that visit the planet. My creator, in my mind, is someone that created everything. The God numbers and in nature and everything. These things exist. The universe, the precision of it, that's not a fluke. That's not just an explosion and well, even though we're still moving out, that's not an explosion that just happened. That's a precise, calculated something. Someone hand me a Coca-Cola. Hey Frank, we all have the opportunity to take in the Holy Spirit and do God's will. One just need to be willing. Service around here sucks. Can't complain. There isn't any. Yeah, like it. Yeah, it's like I say, you either believe or you don't believe. And that goes for aliens, and everything else. All the conspiracies, everything is you either believe it or you don't believe it. Exactly. The different names. Who summoned the fungi? I I don't knock anyone for whatever they believe because you're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe. But I do take offense to other people trying to say that you have to believe this. You don't have to believe anything. Pretty much what I say to people, you don't have to believe me, but you don't have to believe anything you don't want to believe. But it's probably important that you listen. Ooh, that reminds me of who farted. I got some cute orchids. Mine's just on its way back. I say mine, Yvonne's. She cut the roots for some unknown reason, and it sort of went into shock. But they're trying to grow now. That's the rub for many. Free will is a bitch. Well, and that's what we're told, though. The whole point of it was to give free will, and that's to sum the cop out. Yeah, free will. God wouldn't do this and God wouldn't do that if there was a God and blah blah blah. And they say, well, it's free will. But again, if events were supposed to happen, then why would you stop them? Those things that happen. I mean, if you imagine how many people there would be on the world today if there weren't wars, and could the world cope with that amount of people if people didn't, weren't dying? I'm not advocating that there should be wars or anything, but I'm just saying these things happen, and people don't think about what would be the effect if those things didn't happen. Fun fact: $1 million in $100 bills raised pound. Oh, you lost $1 million. You're a million in the hole. Didn't even know it. You have witnessed Wayne that otherwise blink. Imagine all the people. Zozo, Google it. We don't need to do it. Just weigh one. Weigh one, times it by a million, and see what you get. Zozo will probably get it in kilos anyway. I don't know if they weigh much more now than they did in 1968. I don't know if they weigh different now. Nature will correct the course of population growth. She has before, and she will again. Yeah, but it's not just nature, is it? The whole our growth has been controlled by war and nature, and possibly, scientists giving out, AIDS and COVID and cow disease and blah blah blah. Every now and again, we get something wild ride. No googling here. Robin Williams driving in my car. Emma Fudd style. Emma Fudd or Alma Fudd. The blind bloke. Forrest is stuffed with $1,000,000 bills. Not 1.1 million. Oh dear. Forrest is stuffed. Lost £22. Didn't even know it. But that was before Shiloh was 1 million in the hole. And DB Cooper didn't jump out of the plane with 1 million. Or did he? I think me and David talked about that. DB Cooper jumping out of the plane and all the money floated out. And when he landed, there was nothing left. Saying to John Lennon's, imagine counting $100 bills. It's easy if you can. Bullshit. $1,000,001 bills? Why would you even contemplate that? Why would you even have that? I suppose if you were working in a business and but who would, mind you, didn't KLF, what did they burn? Were they $1,000,001 bills? Justified and ancient, moo moo land. Did KLF burn $1,000,000 bills, or did they just burn $1,000,000? Can't remember now. Sea Fenn 2. Knighting Sea Fenn 2. I've seen that before. I think I discussed that with Davey B. I can't remember what it meant now. Oh, you just ruined my brain now there, Richard. A great year to be. Yes, hopefully. Not Lee, whoever Lee is. It's like who do you feel more sorry for? Will or Lucky? Who do you feel more sorry for? Do you feel sorry for Will or do you feel sorry for Lucky? You have to know the song for Lucky, but do you feel sorry for Will? Because everybody fires at Will. So If your name's Will, you're more likely to get shot because it's fire at will, or do you feel sorry for Lucky because they're out to get Lucky? Lee's chicken. What were we talking about? Oh, um, Dallas Airport. Talking to my sister about Dallas Airport. She lives in Oklahoma, and Dallas Airport would be the airport she would go to if I went over there. I said, "Oh, that's not too far from Fort Worth." So that would be a place that I'd like to go. To be fair, whilst there are many places in America that I'd like to go, I would like to see Fort Worth. Get lucky. Oh, it could have been Tarzan Boy. That was a song as well. The Lion Sleeps Tonight and Tarzan Boy. Show my age now. I wonder if those people, those kids, were they? Children, did he say? I can't remember what was said now. Running around trying to get the chickens. Don't look now, but guess who just hit the big time? Don't look. Can't see you anyway, Richard. Have we all hit the big time? I just flew into the Dallas Fort Worth airport 2 weeks ago. Yeah. That's why Forrest wanted to get out of Texas, isn't it? Because it was flat. Needed the mountains and the river bottoms. Yeah, so I'd like to go. I'd like to go see that Fort Worth. Well, I'd like to see Texas. Full stop. To be fair, but not Texas. Yeah, Texas, because Alamo and stuff like that. On tour with Foreigner. Will the lion ever sleep tonight? Yeah, I'm a lion, and I slept for a little while. Don't look now. Guess who's back in town? The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. That's Thin Lizzy. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Who just hit the big time? Dirty White Boy. Oh, they rock Zozo. They rock Zozo or they rock Zozo. Zozo, you're being rocked. Why don't you get a name like Thin Lizzy? What the hell are you kids doing here? I thought I told you to get to bed. Hey, even. Well, we were hoping if we kept it, not so light and not so loud, nobody would know. But you caught us. It's like under the blankets with a torch. No one knows. We can't sleep. There's too much going on. Super secret. Yeah, that in a nutshell is what this was about, isn't it? A secret. A secret that we were told about. That's crazy, but that's what it was. We were told about a secret and none of us knew it. We are playing lambs. Want to play? As long as I'm not playing tense. And doctors and nurses. What are the other ones? Mothers and fathers. God, them are the days. Them were the days. I bet they don't do that anymore. I bet they call it some sort of transgendered blah 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 stuff now. But doctors and nurses are a thing of the past. Well, gang, I'm heading to bed. Y'all have a great week. Take care. Bed? 2:28? My 2:28? Well, you have a good sleep. Don't dream about people, dying to keep a secret. Weird dreams they are. Take care, Tim. I am so glad you are still with us. Even though you've always been with us, you just haven't been able to go live, be live. But thanks, I appreciate you being here. You're a good man. Uh-oh. Retracted message. Lambs from Silence of the Lambs. Oh no. Seriously though, have you guys figured anything out yet? Nope. Figured nothing out. Watch it now, watch it now. Uh-oh. That sounds like I'd like to say Ali, but Apollo Creed. Thank you. I'm gone. It was Tim that was going, but I will go. It's 2:30. 2:30. I had weird dreams all week. Keep repeating the same dream. Weird stuff. Which one? Excuse me. Which one, Tim? Before you go, tell us. Mine was crazy. It wasn't crazy as a dream. It was crazy that I actually was awake telling myself in the dream that why are you listening to these people? If they want to keep the secret, why are they asking you to tell them what the secret is? Thema bearers. What dream, Tim? I have analysed many. Yeah, I've got a book on dreams, I have. Making dinner, trying to listen. Ooh, what's for dinner, Luli? Husker, you're right. Fendi! Woo! Where have you been? How you doing, mate? It's good to read those words. Thank you. I hope you're good. I hope everything's going well. Just making internet. Just making breakfast. Internet is bad. Is that what you're making? You're making internet and it's bad? At least it's not the eggs that are bad. Yeah, I might as well. It's 2:30 in the morning. It was just a weird dream. Dream analogy, a dream that repeated usual message. You probably should know about. There you go. You tell him, Zozo. At the eclipse, yes, not long. Fourth night in a row, same dream. Wow. This was just one dream, one night. I don't dream. I absolutely don't dream. If I do dream, I don't remember them. But this one was like I only remember the dream because I remember I was talking to myself in it. I was saying, Mary, you can't believe what they're saying. If they really wanted to keep the secret, they wouldn't be asking you what the secret is. So, the fact that they have been shot up and, bruised and whatever is because they're trying to get the secret out of people and nobody wants to tell them. What's going on up there this month? No, no more speedos. Trusted none. No more speedos. Well, my sisters can't wait for Jesus to come back because this world's gone crazy. So, see you later, Tim. Take care, mate. Well, see you later, everybody. I think Luli's trying to say night, Richard. We've got a U instead of an I. We do not want to see that guy. Cover up, please. Are we on about that guy? Or are we on about that guy's son in Speedos? No, we don't want to see anybody in Speedos. Definitely not trusted. Definitely not trusted. No offense, trusted, but definitely not trusted in Speedos. Although I suppose we could have a chase calendar. All the guys in Speedos. What month are you going to be trusted? I want to be like June, July time when it's warm. What are we wearing Speedos in January? OMG, no. No. I think, yeah, a chase calendar. I suppose the ladies should have one as well. And then, these other 90 genders should have one as well. Just don't know anymore. I have absolutely no idea anymore. None. It's hard to know what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say anymore. I make a statement about guys having a calendar, and then I think, oh no, I should have said women as well. And then I think, oh no, I should have said whatever else, people. But it's okay for a loincloth. Wow. Tarzan. Yes, let's all do a Tarzan shoot. Not let's all shoot Tarzan. Poor bloke. Like shooting Will. Yeah, we should have best Tarzan of the chase. Because that's what the treasure chest was going to be called. Tarzan. So we'll do that, shall we? At the Fenbury. That should be on a nice warm day. Mind you, no, my luck will be raining. So, I just thought I'd talk about a stupid dream that I had. Well, not a stupid dream, but a weird dream. Because I was asked a question about who ends the chase. I can't remember the question. Who ends the chase? Can't remember. I can't remember. So getting the Tarzan boy stuff. I'm going to send some hearts out to everyone. Come down a bit for smiley faces. Some flowers. See, I can't see. Just got. Does anybody know how to change from dark mode in YouTube? Because in dark mode, it's just all black, like rugby players. I can't see. The thing goes out and it's just one black bar. So with that, it's okay for a loincloth. I'm trying to figure out what that, when Jesus was on the cross, what that was supposed to be that he was wearing. Anyone else have dogs? What kind? I have 2 purebred collies. No, I don't have a dog, but my last dog was a pedigree Alsatian. I like Alsatians. Cody and Chance. Oh, not Chase. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on Cody. So I'm going to write, thanks everyone. How for now? Because I can. See? I'm not lying. I did it. A tunic. A tunic. Is that what it was? A tunic. See, even that people don't believe, Jesus. But then, was it Ben Hur? Didn't he offer to give him a drink? So if you believe that Ben Hur existed and he gave Jesus a drink when he was carrying the cross, and you believe that Pontius Pilate existed, and was it Methuselah that he interacted with, and blah blah blah. All of these people existed, and they just randomly threw in this Jesus person. No dog, but I had a space peanut for a pet once. A space peanut. Chances raised from 3 was. She gave him a chance. 3 weeks old. Wow. I wonder what happened to my dog, to be fair. When I moved, I had to leave her with friends. Hey, Mario is live. Well, I was. I will be not so live shortly. Hi, Ben, I assume, but hi, Ashley, as well, if you're there. And the kids as well, I suppose. Joseph of Arimathea helped Jesus carry the cross, I think. Yeah, he carried. So he was supposed. He wanted to help him carry the cross, but I think Ben Hur actually gave him a drink. So the story goes. Cool. We still didn't find out which one of the two that you were, Zozo. But yeah, that's good. Yeah, I was talking about. I had this weird dream that, long story short, I was taken to this place to see all these people all blooded up and everything, and being asked that I should tell, the answers to the chase because these people were dying and are all hurt because of trying to keep the secret of the chase. So I should tell people, and I'm thinking in the dream, I'm believing all of this, how important it was and everything. And then my waking self, my normal self, was talking to myself in the dream, basically waking me up by saying, "No, Mario, if these people were trying to keep a secret, they wouldn't be asking you to tell them what the secret was. If they're trying to keep the secret, it wouldn't matter what the secret was. It would be secret." So my waking self entered my dream and was basically telling myself, "Don't tell them anything," which is stupid. So that's why I came on, because somebody asked me, what ends the chase, who ends the chase, those sort of things. And it's like, well, the poem should tell you the answers. So if you solve the poem, you will know. The whole point in the poem, Forrest says, "I can keep my secret where." So is he saying I can keep my secret place, or is he talking about the secret itself? That's the thing. And Forrest says, it's imperative that nobody share my location or however that goes. So basically, don't tell. It's important not to tell anyone. And at some point, it's important that people know. But until that point in time, don't tell. Again, who is a real Forrest fan? I hope nobody ever finds out. At some point, all of the statements that are made have to be known, because that's the whole point of this. You can't be an asterisk in a book that was never written. You can't be remembered if the information isn't there to be remembered. And you don't put your hairs in a jar with the offer of DNA if you don't want to be remembered for who, So all of the information that Forrest gave, is important information to say. Don't say anything until something is said. At some point in time, this information has to be known, because Forrest told us that. You're not putting hair in a jar to tell people who this crazy fool who did this thing is if you don't want them to know who that is. I am what I am, and that is all that I am. Thanks, INFJ. I'm missing, all the stuff. Joseph Anderson provided the tune. Frank will know. He's definitely more in the know with that sort of stuff. But I think somebody tried to carry the cross with Jesus and was basically told, get lost. It's up, for him to do. And try to give him a drink. And again, basically, no, you can't. A great gem for this gang. Thanks for doing that. Thanks, Ben. Like I was saying earlier, I haven't watched many videos lately, to be fair. Easter got in the way and I've just basically crashed. Those are rocks. Why did you ask if we knew who you are? Do you know who I am? I was wondering how long it would be for that to pop off. Simon of carried the cross for Jesus. There you go. And he's not going to tell us. It was that test to see who actually does know the results. As we have seen, no one responded. Well, do you really want people to know who you are? That company lists two things. The one reading does know but not saying, or does not know and can't say. Well, we've talked about free will. Of course, people can say, it's no different than Forrest, People will say what the answers are, but Forrest doesn't want it said, so you don't say it, do you? It was one of the 40 thieves and Alibaba, one of the thieves who helped Jesus. Hang on, Zozo, you don't believe in all of this, so even that, Barabbas and those people on the cross that, I deserve to be here, this person doesn't deserve to be here, etc., etc., etc. If those people existed, why do you disbelieve, the story of Jesus? Vital that no one shares my knowledge of the treasure location. Yeah, the information given by Forrest could be time sensitive, so I hope nobody ever finds out how long is ever, because he put hairs in the jar to tell you who it was. So it's like, well, that doesn't make sense. I hope nobody ever finds out, but here you are. Here's some DNA to find out who it is. So that will come naturally, I think. Latest rumors are Netflix delayed possibly to 2025. Well, I'm pretty certain that everybody knows that 2025 is a good bet for the chase, because as Forrest doesn't do anything for more than 15 years. Unless it was 2009, then will be 2024, if it's Forrest that ends the chase. But I believe the fact that there's a way to know is 2025 is a good bet. There's a reason why people are waiting. There's a reason for the crump of the boot, etc., etc., etc. I'm more concerned about, the information being released as Forrest Fenn, in my opinion, said it would be. No one has given the detail yet. That detail yet. I did not know how well they knew me. Yes, how well he knew me. Of course, Ben. Figured as much. They have shit. Yes, it has been given. Where? Please post the link. You are funny. Oh, I am serious. I thought you were Zozo. It was posted by Mike in the Discord. I happily lurk and giggle. The Any information that will come out in the chase will be of Forrest Fenn's making. So if something happens in the chase, it will be because Forrest was making it happen, and no one else will. Um, he reached out and they sent back a message. If like 24, possibly 24. Excuse me. Apparently, he reached out and they sent back a message. If late 24, possibly 25. Off late. Sure, it was Ben. It's one narrative. I haven't enjoyed repeatedly saying to folks we have a Netflix contact, and this doc has ever been slated to air. There's obviously something else going on. Yeah. Like I say, whatever happens in the chase, whatever it is, doesn't matter how small a detail, it's been manipulated by Forrest. Vital organs, Dave. Skirting the facts. I don't, but I now see others who will. Thanks. But I get the frustrations, though. I think waiting on Charlotte is the best bet. No, they are now going to have to wait for me. They had plenty of time. My turn. But Ben, you are more than welcome. See you at the finish line. I think Forrest prepared for after he was gone, whatever that was. After a found chest, a faked end, whatever. Yeah. So the bit at the beginning of this was never ever about the chest, and obviously the solution is not about a chest. Although there is a chest to be found, absolutely there's a chest to be found. But behind all of that and everything that Forrest said, he was talking about something much bigger. And I don't think if anybody believes that this was just about a chest in the Rocky Mountains, that Forrest says, I couldn't end it even if I wanted to, there's something wrong with your thought process. Absolutely something wrong with if Forrest says I couldn't end it even if I wanted to, then something was set in motion that has to end when something ends it as it's supposed to end, with the knowledge that to find out who the real Forrest Fenn is, you're looking at some hairs that tell you. Because we all know who put chest in the Rocky Mountains. All of us know. Everybody knows. Even people that aren't in the chase know who put a chest in the Rocky Mountains. So those hairs are not about the chest. They're about the crazy thing that Forrest did. There's something else. There's something that is ended. That is what this is about. And if you still, claim that you found a chest, then I don't know what you're listening to for 10 years, 15 years, however long it's been, 14 years. Those hairs are not about the chest. They're not. They're not in that. They're not in there to tell you who hid a chest in the Rocky Mountains. They're in there to tell you what this was all about. Who did this amazing thing? And if you believe that they're in there to tell you about a chest, then you haven't been listening, because Forrest told you about a chest. And he asked you about a secret treasure. Does anybody know about my secret treasure? Nothing to do with the chest. So at the end of all of this, the chest was found. Forrest told you the treasure was found. Forrest told you, didn't, the chase is over. Stop searching, he said. Not, you can't stop searching and have a promise of new discoveries. That doesn't make sense. So don't go out looking for my chest anymore. It's been found. That's what he's saying. Don't endanger yourself. Don't do anything stupid. That part is over. But the promise of new discoveries is not over. There is always going to be the thrill of the chase. Always going to be the thrill of the chase. You can't not listen to what Forrest said and believe that this was just about a chest. And if you do, there's something wrong. And if you still believe that your soul that found a chest is the answer, then there's something wrong. Other than the fact that everything behind that has to be done, that relates to the chest, is what Forrest did. I don't believe that's the case, but if you found a chest, or think you found a chest, or however you want to work it, if you found a chest and Forrest said, right, if you find this chest, you can have this, then fine. But I don't think that's what he did. The Nookers can wait for their refund, but I want answers. I don't think Forrest has done anything to try and screw people over. I think he's done something to make something happen. And that's where people, get it wrong. To make it happen, then you do what you need to do. I think enough information was given by Forrest, think nice thoughts and that, to let you know that it might not, the chaos might not be what you like, but it has to happen. Epicness awaits us all, just not in the form of gold. Not in the gold that you're talking about. Q's faith, no moves, no mores. No mores? Don't know what that is. It has been revealed in a quiet way, says it. I am talking about his secret treasure, the one no one else knew about. But why? I still see no reason. Lots of talk, no reasons. I ain't buying it. It's just like the narrative's being pushed as answers but no reasons. Well, you can't. Why? It was always a secret. I can keep my secret where? It was always a secret. It was a secret treasure. It was always a secret. The hairs in the olive jar are not to tell you about a chest. They're there to tell you about a secret. And the person who did this secret. That's what they're about. The secret. And it's important that nobody share that secret or the treasure location, whatever the statement is. I would not even tell my mother. That in itself, my father would know. I would not tell my mother, and yet he did this in 1988. His mother had passed and his father had passed up, as far as I know. So I would not tell. Couldn't tell anyway. My father would know. So no. So then you know why. But it isn't about me now. It's not about any of us. This is this is about the crazy fool that did however he worded it, did this crazy thing, this stupid thing, that abandoned this opulent cash or whatever it was. Do not underestimate. Yes, you see how this play and I have yet to lose on my side intention. This thrill of the chase is not about any of us. This thrill of the chase is about Major Forrest Burke Fenn. When something ends this chase, people will see that for what it is. Everything that is supposed to be. And understand all of the information, most of the information that has come out. And know that this wasn't about any obviously about one person, Forrest, but not because it's about one person, Forrest. It's about affecting everybody. So the one person making a difference for everyone. And the ability for those new discoveries. See, people forget about the bales, the jars. Forrest didn't just say there was 8. He's, there were more that he was planning to do. So in those bales and jars, there is something of worth. Yeah, Forrest said, "Do not steal. Do not steal." I never said it. Calm down, people. It was rolled through the door after it was small enough. I certainly think this is about a secret story, more than the chest. Yeah, there's. If we're correct, there. So there's lots of layers that Forrest has created, and then melded all those imaginations, ideas, whatever you want to call them, together, and created the thrill of the chase because of something else, not because of the thrill of the chase, because of something else, and brought that something else as a reward in the thrill of the chase. Best way I can describe that. That you said I should. I'm going to go look for the bells and jars. Yeah, he said. Which ones did he say were in New Mexico? Buried 3 feet deep, so metal detector won't find them. But you know, in years, maybe a metal detector will be able to find them. But hoping that when they were digging up for a house or something, they'll find them. Which means they're nowhere already limits it because they're nowhere that there are dwellings at the moment. Otherwise, why would he say, when they're going to build houses there or something? 3 feet. How would you know? No metal detector will work. That's what Forrest said. Metal detector won't work, but in years, a metal detector might be able to find them. So, but he did say go out into the desert. He did, there are some things that Forrest said that would narrow it down. I believe that the map narrows it down, but he said that he wouldn't remember where they were. So, stop the claims of what you think I'm saying. I never understand. I showed him what he too realised when we then aligned. I don't know what horses were. I've got a couple of hot spots. I'm going 4 hours. Luli, you said that Forrest was going to take you on the second trip. So I think you got a head start anyway. 2 trips. Hey, Jack was the designated finder selected from the other side of the secret story. Yes, I can agree with that for what it's supposed to be. I think the Jack part is to talk to someone who understands. It's to aid the finder, not the seeker. So the Jack part was part of that, in my opinion, but not all of that. The truth, it is coming. I hope you see it too. The truth is coming. I know the truth. I told you that a long time ago. A hint. West Yellowstone, Montana. A hint. Lost mines, legacies, and heritage is not to be kept secret if stories need to be told. And again, only Forrest will know what answers, if any, will be given, what those answers are, how much is still kept secret, and how much is told. And that go along with the future discoveries. Who's still interested in finding those things. Puska, that's something that I keep saying. So Forrest had that pad in his pocket. Man, if somebody asked if there's one question, what would it be to Forrest? And I've just realised saying it's Huska. It's, can I see what's on that pad? that would be the question. Forrest, can I just look at what's on that pad? Find the one-room schoolhouse. Yes, 50 miles out of the way. Hello, Tony. How are you? Hope you're happy in your own way. That I do hope it is good. Well, yeah. I try to positive, I suppose, is the word. I was actually wearing a t-shirt which I had in my mind that I would wear on one of these, which is too rad to be sad from. Oh, I can't remember now. Something Redemption. Randy Pishel's daughter's shot. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. It's gone out of my head. Anyway, I had a t-shirt off them. That's Redemption. I can't remember what it's called, but it had too rad to be sad on it. So I was going to wear that, but I came on a spur and didn't think about it. Zozo, I said Bobby, not. You know who I am. My truth is probably not your truth. Sorry. If it is, then you know who I am. Oh, he's got that again. You know who I am. Did anyone find the wandering schoolhouse? There is one near Wind River. Yes, there is one near Wind River. I can't remember the story about it now. Dun, 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 dun. There's a story that goes with it. I can't remember it. Was it moved? Was it moved, Luli? There's a story about it. I can't remember it. Angel, how you doing? All good, thanks. Hope you're doing okay as well. One room schoolhouse, trying to think now. God. Can't think. Long ago. Thanks, MJ. No, the school itself was. I don't know if I sent Forrest information about that schoolhouse. But Forrest said he went 50 miles. They'll go 50 miles out of their way to go to the one-room schoolhouse. That one-room schoolhouse is different than the the writing above the top. He who teaches a child labours in God's workshop or something. What's happening? Not much happening. It has collapsed. The one-room schoolhouse that is. I suppose neglect. Between Cody and Casper, Wyoming. Yes, between Cody and Casper. Even though, like I said before, I said to Forrest that why would you even go to Casper unless it's because of the mountain being in the shape of the insignia? I didn't know. DNA. Hey, that guy. DNA will tell all. That is, that's a big statement. When you work out that Forrest said, I hope no one ever finds out, but then he put the hairs in to make sure that people did know. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense. I hope nobody ever finds out. Means never, ever, ever. But then hair there to reveal. So in the anagram part of the poem, it goes from Table Mountain, Rawlins, along that way from west to east. But then Newcastle, which is a place where, near where I live now, which is a strange thing. Follow the bracelet, you will find it. Well, get some revenge from there. If Forrest knew how to move historic buildings, why would one not think he needed to preserve it too? Well, they moved a cabin, didn't they? So I would think most buildings are. You can move most buildings, can't you? Any building has the ability to be moved. Casper has cool. Yeah. East End Road. That was the word I was looking for. East End Road. So that's the other side of the mountain from the Casper side. Calazars in the last show quoted Charlotte as saying the chase is over and done. What do you think? Again, the chase was over and done. It's how people look at it. So the chase was over and done when Forrest said it was over and done. In other words, don't go looking for a chest. That's how people saw this. The thrill of the chase was about a chest. And Forrest said, chase is over, why didn't everybody go home, blah, 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 blah. But for Forrest Fenn, his thrill of the chase, that is not over. That is not quite concluded. But then there were promises, there are still the bells, there are still the jars. There are still other discoveries to be had, and that may, come out in the near future. But I don't know. It depends how you look at it, Joe John. If it's the chase, Forrest said it was over in 2020. If it's the thrill of the chase that Forrest undertook that we were supposed to share in, then that ends when you know people see the bracelet, I suppose. Schoolhouse saved. Woo! Forrest's chase is over. I've got mental strength. I've got mental enough. Mental or metal? I've got mental enough. No, it's not. No, I don't think it's over yet. I think Q Sammy has only one way to rock. It was saved. Depends on how you look at it. Thanks, MJ. What's going on there? I have no idea what you're confused about. I don't know. But it is plausible scenario that should not be discounted. Don't get me started. All the information, the information that Forrest gave was to help understand the chase, everything about the chase. So, the book, the poem, the thrill of the chase that Forrest was undertaking. If you could follow in those footprints and understand what was being talked about, you could get all of the information that is available. Now, I say all of the information because people like Tim, people like Queen, Dutchman from the East, I think somebody mentioned Jay Minnesota or someone like that with that name was doing similar things. Troy, everybody had a little piece of something. And then there were all these other people doing the different parts of the solve. And then there were people doing the, beginning where warm water's hot part of the solve. But the poem had lots of different pieces of information in it that you could find. And they each had information. Some of it was helpful, and some of it, not so helpful, but fun. Now, if you're doing the chase properly, you should have had fun, and you should still be having fun. You shouldn't be waiting for fun analysis because you should be having the fun, waiting for what Forrest is doing, and then the answers will come. But once the answers do come, wow. I know of two restored one-room schoolhouse. Why don't we have a picture of all the facts? God, I wish I could remember. No, I can't remember about it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I can't remember. I wish I could remember, Lily. Hang on, I haven't been in the chase that long, and it was still there when I was sure it was still there. Oh, this is a different one, but it's still there when I last did it, and that was can't be, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, 5 years ago at the most. The one-room schoolhouse that I was at, near the Wind River. From there, I went to the Flaming Gorge. From that one-room schoolhouse, I went further west to the Flaming Gorge and followed the poem around that area. That was crazy. That was. Okay, on it. It's a good. Yeah, that was weird. The Flaming Gorge, and that took me to. Did you dip your toe in it in the Snake River bit? The fact I was all around there, to be fair, because of the penguin and Daniel. Let's just say Newcastle, and then go off to Rawlins. Oh, Riverton. What are the other names? Hoback, down Argo Road. So long ago, I can't remember. I used to know all those places. Obviously, the Wind River is on this side, and Hoback is on the other side, and Argo Road further down. Smoot. What are the names? I can't remember. Where was that house? Can't remember. Sorry, Lily. Got all this information in my head and I can't remember none of it. Yes, but I can't remember. Like I say, there's a lot of information in my head. Where's the Flaming Gorge? Yeah, amazing place. I mean, I haven't been there, but my journeys have been, through other people's. See, people, what was it? People said you had to be boots on the ground, but I think you didn't have to be boots on the ground for anything because, whilst I think the poem didn't need to be boots on the ground, people went and took pictures of everywhere they went. So most of the places that people went in the chase have been travelled by lots of people, and they would take photos of it. And some people do, panoramic views and see the whole area. So you could, go on a journey without leaving your house and see, every blade of grass, as it were. So, I've travelled to all these places because people took pictures, and I've seen, those places vicariously, as Cynthia Meacham said once, which is something I said to Forrest as well. Like, talk about a virtual world and seeing stuff virtually rather than actually doing it. Yeah, the Flaming Gorge was when I was doing the beginning where Warm Waters Halt, was high on the list of possibilities, as was the Hidden Waterfall, the Kirk Gowdy State Park. When you follow the poem, you see those, even the wood. I was at Woodard Landing. Did go to the Kepler Museum for the sign. Well, I was everywhere. seriously was when I first started, because the pain would take you everywhere. Anyway, I am going to go because it's now 1 hour past the time that I said I was going to go. 3:22. Oh, lost 22 minutes. Didn't even know it. My mum lived in an old one-room schoolhouse as a child. It was the pink schoolhouse, and the only toilet was across the road. She lived in a gas station, also not for an operation. Oh, is there? What was that? The Petrified Wood gas station. Where was that? Petrified Wood gas station. Who knows where the Petrified Wood gas station was? Went there as well. Thanks, Huska. All good. Yeah, I'm going to bed now. Thanks, Ben, Ashley, kids, MJ. Thanks, Luli. Petrified gas station. Petrified wood. It was made of petrified wood. The gas station was. Where was that? Happy to chug water because that's warm waters. Register something or other cliffs. Been everywhere I have. Good night, trusted. Cheers. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you listening. I don't really have that much. Well, I have lots to impart if I if I was to impart, but I think my reasons for doing this is just to prove that Forrest was. Well, I can't prove it, but just to say that Forrest was honourable in what he did. There's more to the chase than just the chest. It benefits everybody, not just the. I don't. In my opinion, it wasn't just for the one. Whilst there is a just for the one, to solve it or whatever, I think everybody benefits. I don't mean just in the chase community. I mean everybody. Everybody benefits. See that guy, crazy man. not not God as Huskadoo was talking about. Not that guy. Haven't seen MJ. Haven't seen. I forgot her name. Trigger. No, petrified wood. And that was a place as well. There is a petrified wood in Wyoming tree thing, but not that. I've been there as well. This was a petrified gas station. MJ, what's her name? Lucky Digger? No, it's her name. It is Lucky Digger. Oh, can't believe I can't remember her name. Anyway, hello to everybody, all 27 of you. Thanks for the 5 likes. Arizona. What could be Arizona? Petrified Woods definitely in Wyoming. The gas station, I think, also is in Wyoming. Petrified wood. So it's a gas station, and the building's made of petrified wood. Don't know where the heck that was. That was another place of things that I did. Anyway, ciao for now. Again, just came on because I had a stupid dream. No, a weird dream. Petrified forest is in there. Yeah, it's not the petrified forest. So there's a petrified wood that's in Wyoming, definitely. And then there's a gas station that's made out of petrified wood. The building's made out of petrified wood. But it's a gas station. And I think that is in Wyoming as well. Just can't think where. But there is a gas station made out of petrified wood, and there is I think it's cased off, fenced off. petrified in Wyoming as well. So all of those things. Can't remember. So many things in my head. See, if you'd have asked me 3 or 4 years ago, I'd have been able to reel them all off. But now I've got that much in my head. Well, some of it's fell out. Yeah, there may be one in a forest in Arizona. There's one in. There's petrified wood in Wyoming because of the jackfruit trees. That's near Snake River, is it? Green River? Can't remember. All gone. Who is? I think it is Lucky Digger. Anyway, ciao for now. Take care, everybody. Absolutely appreciate you coming in. Ben, if you go live, what you need to do is try and give more than 30 minutes notice because I'm normally asleep and then it's too late. Cheers anyway. Take care. Ciao for now. Thanks, everybody.